So here we go, folks. We're on the middle of your notes. We now are going to have variables on both sides of the equal sign. Everything you've done thus far, your variables have only ever been on just the left or on just the right. Fair enough? Now, this is easy as 1, 2, 3. You see my 1, 2, 3 up there? If you follow these 3 steps, every time you'll get it right. You ready? Your first step is to distribute and combine like terms if possible. If possible. That means that you might not always have to do that, folks. You might not have to distribute. You might not have like terms to combine. That's only if you need to. Step number 2, you're going to move the smaller variable over. Move the smaller variable over. Now let's make sure we understand smaller and larger. Which one is smaller, -5 or -10? -10 is actually smaller. Remember, the bigger the negative, the smaller it is, right? The farther from 0 it is, the smaller it actually is. Fair enough? Okay. Then you will solve the remaining equation. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So let's take a look at number 1. Does everybody see the C's? I got a C on the left and a C on the right, don't I? Question. Can I distribute anything here? There's no parentheses, so there's no distributing, right? Look at only the left. If I look at only the left, is there anything that can be combined? No. Look at only the right. If I look at only the right, is there anything that can be combined? No, so I don't even need to do step number 1, do I? Everybody good? Step number 2, move the smaller variable over. Which one is smaller? 20C or 5C? 5C is smaller, so that's the one I'm going to move. Okay? Is it positive or is it negative? Since it's positive, in order to move it over, I have to subtract it. And please notice I am only putting C's underneath C's. Does everybody see that? Yes? C. All right, what's my new equation? How's everybody doing? Are we following here? You following what's happening? Now you should be able to solve this remaining equation no problem. What's farthest from the C on the same side? The 5. How do I get rid of it? Got it? So now 15C is equal to, gentlemen, you guys doing okay back there? Yep. Now how do I isolate for C? Divide by 15. And C is 4. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Fair enough? Yes? Okay, I want to skip number 2 and I'm going to come back to it. I want to go over to number 3. You ready? Yes? Any distributing to do? No distributing. Look at only the left, folks. Can I combine either of those together? No. Look at only the right. Can I combine those together? No. So I don't even need to do step number 1 again. Step number 2, move the smaller variable over. Which one's smaller? -4 is smaller than 5, right? It's negative, so how am I going to move it over? You are going to only add it underneath the B's. Only underneath the B's. And the new equation is what? Oh, plus how many B's? 17? Are we following? Okay, now let's solve it. What do I have to get rid of next? By doing what? So 9b is equal to 3. Yep, 3. Now what do you have to do? Now 3 divided by 9 is not 3. What is 3 divided by 9? 0.3 repeating, I believe, yes? Can everybody put... You only need 1. Everybody put that in your calculator. 3 divided by 9. Everybody. Y'all have the 0.3 repeating in there. Turn it into a fraction now. Second, PRB, if you have my kind of calculator, and you should get what? 1/3. Either of those answers would be acceptable. As long as you reduce it. 3/9 can be reduced to 1/3. That's okay. Yep. How we doing here, folks? Fine? Okay, let's go back to that number 2 now. Do you have any distributing to do? I don't have distributing to do. I don't see any parentheses, do you? No. Look at, you are correct, Dalton. Look at only the left, folks. Is there anything that can be combined? Does everybody see these C's? Yes. Do you agree that they are on the same side together? They are. So you just put them together. Now I want to show you something. Give me your eyes. Do not tell me to subtract 3C. Does everybody see that? Don't do it. They are on the same side together. So all you do is put them together. -7 plus 3. -4C. Is that all right for everybody? Now look at the right. Can you put those together? No, so we're just going to drop it down. How we doing? Okay, which one's smaller? Which one we going to move? How am I going to move it over? Plus the 4C. So what's my new equation? Got it. Good. Good, good, good. Now, how do I solve for C? Get rid of the 21. What's the new equation? Got it. Good, Luke. And finally, good, good, good. Now, folks, do you see how I specifically write down every single step that I do? This is what I expect your papers to look like. I better not just see an answer with no work. I'm not going to grade it. It's going to be a 0. Fair enough? Is that everything on the front? Okay, flip it over to the back. I want to volunteer. All right, Braden. Anything to oh, nope. I'm going to do it. You're going to talk to me, though. Here we go. Do you see anything to distribute, sir? Any parentheses that I can distribute to? Nope. Take a look at this side over here. Anything that can be combined? Perfect. 5 and -10. Just put them together. They're on the same side. What is 5 minus 10, Braden? So this is -5 plus 3K. Equals. Braden, is there anything that can go together over here? Which gives you what? Oh, not -7. Just 7K. And then we drop down the -21. Folks, how we doing so far? Okay. Move the smaller K over. Braden, which one's going to get moved? Okay, and how am I going to do that? Good. So what's the new equation? Good. Couple more steps yet, sir. What are we going to do next? What's the new equation? Is equal to, and last step, sir? And you get, awesome. Love it. Love it, love it. Who's next, Braden? Anybody, I don't care. Tyler's next. Tyler, look at number 5. Okay. Got any distributing that needs to be done? No. Look at just the left. Can those be combined? Look at just the right. Can those be combined? No. So now I want to move my smaller variable. Now don't be scared off by these fractions. Which one's smaller? 3/4 or -1/8? Perfect. How do I move it over? Add an 1/8 h. And notice, folks, I'm doing that only under the h's. Now be careful with your calculator. Make sure we type this in right. 3/4 plus an 1/8. We got 3/4 plus an 8. 7/8 h. And we keep the plus 16, and we still got the 2 on the other side. Now what do I need to get rid of? By doing what? Okay. So what's my new equation? Wonderful. And one more step, sir. What's happening between the 7/8 and the h? It's being multiplied. So you're going to divide by what? You got it. You can multiply by 8, then divide by 7. You'll just do it in more steps. Okay. So go ahead and divide this. Folks, because the -14 is on top, that has to go in your calculator first. Got an answer for me? Good? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Who's next, sir? All right, Gage. Any distributing to be done? Go for it. What do you get? Nope, I got to distribute to that too. This 9 has to go to both of those things. So what's 9 times -1? Negative what? No. Yeah, because 9 times 4 was 36, right? Then 9 times 1 will be -9. Is equal to 18b plus 6. Gage, can you combine anything on the left? Can you combine anything on the right? No, so move the smaller one over. Which one's smaller? The smaller variable, sir. Which one's the smaller variable? Is 36 or 18 smaller? Yeah, because they're both the b's, right? So whichever one's smaller, I'm going to move over. How do I move this over? Got it. Can you tell me the new equation? Those canceled, right? Just equals 6. Yep. Now how are you going to solve for b? What do you got to get rid of? Yep. How do you do that? So 18b is equal to, awesome. Last step. Yep. Folks, I want everybody to do this in their calculators. 15 divided by 18. The 3 repeats, doesn't it? So there's a bar that goes over that 3. Can you turn it into a fraction for me? I just want you to turn this number into a fraction. What was it? 5/6. Folks, I want to make sure your calculator's doing this. Is everybody getting... You don't know how to do it? 15 divided by 18. And you got this 0.83 repeating, right? Now push your second button and then the PRB button. and then equals. Good? Everybody okay? Fair enough? How many more I got left? 3, and then the word problem, or the shape problem, right? All right, Gage, who's next? All right, Quentin, any distributing to do? Go for it. What do you get? Okay. Is there anything that can be combined? What is 6 minus 4? Does everybody see how we just put those two things together? We didn't have to do the opposite there, did we? Nope, you just put them right together. Which one are you going to move? Which one's smaller? How? Only underneath the J's. New equation? I just can't hear you. Okay? Equals 4. All right, now finish solving this. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. How confident we feeling here? Getting better? Okay, I want to skip over number 8 for a second. I'll come back to it. Let's go to number 9. Quentin, who's next? Cody's next. Cody, you got any distributing to do? Okay, go for it. Oh, we're going to do this one. We're going to do number 9. We're going to come back to the fraction one, okay? Which is? Everybody good with the positive 6 there? Negative times negative. And then I still have the minus 5. And then I still have this front side over here. How's everybody doing? All right, Cody, can I put anything together? Which ones? Got it. What do you get from those two? 1. It's positive 1, so plus 1. All right, Cody, which one's smaller? Which one's going to get moved? Which B? Yep, and how do you move it over? Got it. Yep, and you're only going to do it under the B's. You all right? You all right? What's next? What's the next line here? B plus 1. Folks, do you need to have the 1 in front of that B? Don't have to, but it's not wrong if you do. And then last step to solve. What do you think, Cody? So what's B? Good. Good, good. All right. Cody, who's next? Trevor's next. Trevor, you got any distributing to do? Okay, so what is a half times 3? 1.5? And that's G, right? What is that half times the negative 2 then? Okay, and then I still have the 1/6 G over here. All right, you got any combining to do before I start this? Anything on the left that can be combined? Anything on the right that can be combined? There's nothing of just the 1/6 G, right? Okay, which one's smaller? Which one are you going to move? Which one's smaller, 1.5 or 1/6? Okay, so if I move the 1/6 over, how am I going to do that? Am I going to add it or subtract it? Yep, it's positive, so we're going to subtract it. Okay, so in your calculator, what is 1 1/2 minus that 1/6? One and 1/3. And those are G's. Minus the 1, right? Still from up there. Guys, what's on this side over here? There's nothing left. It's just a 0. And then how are you going to solve that, Trevor? I got one more step to do. By what? And, yep, divide by 1 1/3. Careful with your calculator here, guys. Again, this is what I want to make sure that you know what you're doing. 1 divided by 1 1/3. I think it's 3/4. 3/4. Okay. We're moving and grooving. I got one more left. Yep. You guys are doing the bottom. I'm only doing one more for you. Then you guys are doing the bottom. And I'm going to check them. And then I'll give you your homework. Yeah, you have homework. No, you can't have one day off. I got lots of stuff to get through. Christmas. Yeah, I won't give you homework over Christmas. And then one day when you come back. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Take a look. Take a look. Find the value of h so the figures have the same area. Folks, what shapes are these? How do you find the area of a triangle? That's perimeter. That's volume. Not the angles. The sides. You are going to do base times height, and you're going to multiply it by 1/2. That's something you need to know. 1/2 base times height. Are you ready? First triangle. The 1/2 stays the way it is. What's the base of that triangle? What's the height of that triangle? H. Now, I want these to have the same area, don't I? So, equals each other. Again, the 1/2 doesn't change. What's the base of that triangle? And what's the height? Folks, how we doing? Now I'm ready to solve. Do you all see how this is straight multiplication here? Do you see how there's no adding or subtracting here? So all you're going to do is multiply them all together. What's 1/2 of 6 times h? 3h. Now you notice in the next one, we do have a subtraction sign in here, don't we? So you need to do a 1/2 times 10, which is what? 5. You're going to take that 5 and you need to distribute it to the parentheses. What do you get? Good. Now I'm ready to solve. What would you do next to get your variables together? Everybody good with subtracting the 3? That one's smaller, right? Yes? She says this is 0 equals. Good. Then plus the 10. H is 5. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? You sure we're okay here? Okay, so here's how the rest of this is going to go. You got 3 problems down there, right? You're going to solve the first one. They're going to bring it up to me and you're going to show it to me. And then you'll go to the second one. And then you'll go to the third one. And then you'll get your homework. Fair enough? Go for it. You got them all done? Then no. No. Your first one's done. I'll look at it.